Good morning. Welcome to today's Morning Moxie. Today I'm going to do something a little bit different because June is National Home Ownership Month. And I wanted to actually talk to my veterans out there or spouses of veterans. I am a military veteran, not sure if you knew that, but when I was active duty, it did not actually occur to me to try and use. I didn't think much about my military benefits. I mean, I joined the Air Force super young, right out of high school, and raised a family and didn't think much about it. But I will say, since having been discharged honorably from the Air Force, I have actually used my VA certificate 3 times to buy real estate. And most recently, I was, because of that VA loan, I was offered a very attractive rate on my refinance, which I'm happy to say reduced my mortgage payment substantially. Twice, actually. I did it pretty close together just because rates kept dropping and I was eligible and I like saving money. So why not do it more than once? So it wasn't to cash out, as I know a lot of people do. They take money out of the house and then that leads to other things that I'm trying to avoid. But refinancing sometimes is a good option. And there are other benefits to the VA loan. And so if you haven't thought about it, or if you know someone who is a veteran, I just wanted to remind you of a few things. First things first, a VA loan is not actually a loan. It is a guaranteed loan it is a loan guaranteed by the Veterans Administration. So if something untoward should happen and you don't pay your loan, the VA will pay it off. And so that is why lenders are willing to work with VA loans. And I say willing to work with, anything government, there's more paperwork involved, but you don't have to worry about that. You on the other side of the table are not necessarily seeing all of the additional steps that are having to be taken, but so I don't want to discourage you. I want you to get a veteran's loan if you're eligible. That's really what I want to get across to you, right? So I just wanted to let you know, though, it's not an actual loan. It is a VA, a veteran's guarantee that the loan will be paid off. And because of that, the interest rate is normally lower. And as you know, a lower interest rate means that you will pay lower over the cost of your loan. So now the one other thing that comes with that is what I said, lower interest rate, and there's also no down payment required. And that is super good because that's one of the biggest reasons that people don't buy a home is because it is mighty darn hard to save up for that down payment. So there is no down payment required, but if you can afford to do so, I do recommend that you do because, again, making a down payment means that you have a lower loan balance, and a lower loan balance means a lower payment. So if you can afford the down payment, go for it. If you cannot afford the down payment, go for it because it's not required. There is, however, a VA loan administration fee. So that will come out of the closing cost, not out of your pocket. It is, however, added to the amount of your loan. And that's why I said if you can afford a down payment, do make a down payment. Now, you also need to know that the house that is being financed with a VA loan must pass an inspection. And I mean, this is similar to conventional loans in that I always recommend that you get a house inspection. First of all, conventional, but with a veterans loan, also FHA loan, an inspection is required. You cannot waive it. And in this case, there cannot be any termite damage or dry rot damage. And if there are either one of those, the seller is the one that has to pay for it. And so that would be one reason that sellers aren't excited about VA loans, but that just means that's not your problem. Just know that the house has to pass inspection. So the other thing that's a benefit is that VA loans generally offer or allow for a higher debt to income ratio. That is another stumbling block for first time home buyers is that, and your buyers, not first time, is sometimes, they have too many credit cards or got a car loan or whatever. So they have a high amount of debt in comparison to their income. And that's what they call a debt to income ratio. But as of this recording, the debt to income ratio is 41%, which is better than, say, the 30 or 35% that you would get with a conventional loan. So these are ways to make it easier for you to qualify for a veteran's loan as long as you have the adequate amount of military service. And you cannot have a dishonorable discharge. So general, other than dishonorable and honorable discharges, you are eligible for a VA loan as long as you have X amount of days in military service. And I believe that's 181 days of active duty. So if you have military service, I strongly suggest that you look into it. And I just want to make sure that you know you do not have to be a first-time homebuyer, because remember at the beginning, I said I've done this 3 times so far. Now I use on my very first house, I used my VA certificate. On my second house, I used my husband's VA certificate. And then on the third house, which is this one, I use my own VA certificate, because as long as that other certificate is paid off or that other loan is paid off, then you can use your certificate again and again. So yay. Now I do have a rental property that does not have a VA certificate because it is not owner occupied. VA loans do require that the property is owner occupied, but you can buy up to 4 units as long as you're living in one of them. So like a duplex, you live in one side, rent out the other side. Fourplex, you live in one building, one unit, and rent out the other 3. So from 1 to 4 units, you can use your VA loan. So I hope that you found some golden nuggets here, because there are so many reasons to use a VA loan if you are eligible. So anyone who has served in the military, and this I believe includes National Guard, please, please, please look into this benefit, because otherwise you might miss out, and we want you to be in a home of your own. So that has been today's Morning Moxie, a little bit different from our usual topics, but I could not let this opportunity pass up, and I wanted to share the goods with you. So thank you for listening. And if you know someone who is a veteran or a spouse of a veteran, please do share this piece of information, because this is good intel, and we want everyone who wants one to buy their own home. So that has been today's Morning Moxie, and we will see you next time. Cheers.